Hey Virgo, Tourmaline Tarot. Let's see what is cooking for you for the end of March. Let's see what we got going on. Okay. This looks good. We'll clarify with this oracle. Just make sure we get it all together. Swords have been coming out hard for everybody, but we got the pig. Pig can go two ways. You have a pig who is, just kind of content, but there's also an element of complacency, like, the farmer feeds me every day at this time, why would I do anything? You know what I mean? But it's also, fat and happy. I'm not calling you fat and happy, but there's an element of like, I'm good, but like, are you? Let's find out. So we have the dude, and then we have the tower. And the tower is about commitments and stuff. In this thing, it's a church. So it's somebody actually buckling down and saying, let's do this. Let's commit something in that way. But it's just a person, because they only have a guy and a gal in this deck. So this is a person that is affecting a situation around you. But I feel like something's moving super slow. Okay. You have the tree. Takes a while to grow. It's also health issues as well. Health in general, I should say, because a tree grows healthy, yada, yada. I'm not saying that pertains to you, but, you do want a tree to be healthy, right? But it takes a while for that to grow. You have the bear, which is some kind of protective energy, but I'm also getting the hibernation factor in the bear, which I usually often don't get. But with the ship here, there's something that you want, but it's taking too long. Because ships take a while to get to where they're going, and that's kind of annoying. So I feel like someone's kind of like, I'm good. And you're like, because whatever it is important to you. But here's the coffin, here's the swords. So something has to change. Something has to switcheroo here. And it's important, obviously, to you. So let's find out what that is. What is important to Virgo? What is going on with the safe and the coffin and the swords? Yeah, something's got to give. So this is the broken mirror. And people are like, oh, broken mirror's bad luck. No, this for me is like, once a mirror breaks, you don't put it back together. Like, there's no way. It's cracked, it's done. You're never going to be able to see it the same way or use it the same way again. So what about this broken mirror? What about this perspective? If anything, it's like the Hangman card for me. So, oh my gosh, are you like so done watching and waiting? Like, house card pertains to your stability, etc. Like, all your environment, everything that you're dealing with. You have the shepherd, the fox, and the snake. You're going to eagle eye whatever this is. Or, I'm not saying you're the duplicitous one, but either they're eagle eyeing you or you're eagle eyeing them. Because, a shepherd has good intentions. It wants its flock to be safe, wants their flock to be cool. And then you have the fox. They're smart, but there's like an element of cunning to them. But they know when to pounce. So it's like, when's the pounce? Snakes don't want to have to strike if they don't want to, but they will. I mean, they'll rattle all they want. So are you stuck in like rattling and watching mode and you're going to have to strike, but you don't want to? Or is it this person who is just looking for their moment to be like, ha ha, surprise. I don't get any surprise cards though. And with the piggins and this slow energy, I just feel like you could be like pick up the pace. So what are we doing with this ship and the bear? And it literally like fell on there. It's like, yeah, it's like you want an offer, you want a social situation with the garden here. It's also like things kind of coming out. And with that growth thing, it might not happen as fast as you want it to. But also with roses, you have to prune them really hard. I always like to point that out. You have to cut it back to the point you think they're not going to grow, but then they do, and they come back stronger and better. So, I don't know if that pertains to you. You feel like you got to cut back certain areas to actually get to this garden that you want to grow. Or this is somebody finally like saying like, yeah, like let's go, do something. Let's go out in public. Let's, start doing this. And you're like, oh my God, finally. Like, thank you. You don't have to be literal homebodies anymore. So this guy and the tower, I do want a couple on those just to see. Yeah. So here's the bouquet. That's an offer that's going somewhere and stuff. But there's the cats, which it's like it's not quite genuine. It's like a little aloof. And then the book is the knowledge, and they know. It's also kind of secrets and like withholding a little bit. It's like they kind of test the waters and put stuff out there, but they don't go all in. And I think that's really getting to you. Like someone's not all in. And then you're kind of just left in this like, no, you go first. No, you go first. But it's like, it turns into like kind of a little bit of a power struggle. Let's move on to the tarot, because I think cards said what they needed to say there. Okay, so what are we doing for the second half of March? Okay, 5 of water. Some kind of little coulda, shoulda, woulda. Just kicking around. King of Earth. Always like a cool dude, but he's also slow, right? He's like, I'm good. That's too many. But it has that like pig energy of like, nah. It's not even malicious. It's just like, nah. Yeah, whatever. But no, to a fire empress, you want to get cooking. Like, you don't want this kind of like, meh, like, we'll get to it. But like, now's the time to get to it, you know? Because you have, you know, riding her little giraffe, doing her thing with her little lantern and everything. But yeah, like they're going somewhere. They decided to go somewhere, and this is the start. And remember, you have this harvest business going on. Like, let's do that. Let's get to some sewing here, all right? Let's see outcome here. Outcome of that. For Virgo. There's way too many. These are just like jumping out now. Just want to point out that's Messenger of Fire. So that is more mojo. But we'll see what comes out. So Virgo, what are we talking about here? Yeah, 4 of water and strength. It's like not good enough, and being able to say not good enough. Like, you know, that's a lovely offer for somebody else. You know what I mean? It's like, you never take me anywhere. It's like, I just want to go to Chili's. Is Chili's even a thing still? I used to love Chili's. But yeah, 4 of water is just like, it's the evaluation of what is good enough. Like, what are you willing to accept? And here's the strength card, and I want to clarify that as well. So 4 water and strength, clarify that. Popping out, Hanged Man. Remember how I said Broken Mirror was like my Hangman card? And it showed up in the same kind of position up there. Hey, just going to say that. So yeah, there's new perspective that's coming in. And new perspective is 9 of water. What do you want? And you can get what you want. This Empress. Justice. Hi. Yeah. So, no, I think once your foot goes down, you know, it's firmly planted. 2 of water. In or out. Like, this fish ain't swimming by himself. You know what I mean? So this King of Earth, I feel like good intentions, but like, come on. Good intentions. 3 of Earth. All right, we got Mr. Slow as Molasses here. It could be a person as well, just in general. But I'm only saying that because it's a king. Yeah, slow as molasses. You know, it's like, didn't get the memo. It's springtime and stuff is kicking up. What is the advice for Virgo? Advice is Messenger of Water. You know, I feel like there's a gentleness that has to be applied to this, as much as you may not want to. All right, what about this communication? The world. You have to be like, no, this is over. Like, this kind of thing is done. And what are we going to get out of this world? The Messenger of Air. So yeah, it's like, I'm coming to you emotionally. I've got it together, but we're going to be logical about this. This is not working. This needs to change. And let's kind of start fresh. Like, let's do things. You're getting people to do things. So ultimately, what overall advice can we give to Virgo? Eight of Earth and Fortune's Wheel. I feel like, I'm not going to say like, oh, you have to work on it and it's more slow energy or whatever, but it's more like you have to prepare to be able to meet the Wheel of Fortune when it comes time. So maybe look into different stuff you could do. Look into different, things that interest you, and then see what's possible, and then let that kind of be your launching pad into the future. Because you get what you want and you get there. It's just that communication part has to be there. It has to be a little decisive, a little bit of foot putting down, and then just see it through. All right, Virgo, that's what we got, and I'll talk to you in a couple weeks.